Blessings and love, everybody. Welcome. Oh, dropping cards. Look at that. First card to jump out here. New opportunities. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Ascension to Love with Alice. This is so awesome to be here. We're going to have some stuff going on with the sun, I think. There's going to be a bit of overexposure, then underexposure, and we're just going to roll with it because we're just making do what we've got. So all is well. But I am here to do a weekly angelic foresight. So already working and called in with the beautiful angelic realm, the celestial realm, the gorgeous star beings as well that help us out. We're just going to have a look at what energy is coming up for the week ahead. You know, we are filming this on a full moon portal, so it's been that full moon in Aquarius. It's been powerful for so many people, for everyone really. So allow yourself to take the time that you need to rest, to integrate. Allow yourself to please drink plenty of water. You know, I always actually say this around a full moon. I personally water fast around a full moon just to ensure that, you know, I don't crash with all the energies, you know. But we're going to be having a look at the week ahead. So I'm filming this on a Saturday, so we'll go Saturday through Saturday, which is the, what are we on today, the 24th, all the way through to, would that be the 31st then, of July. So we're already in Lionsgate. It'll be really interesting to see what energy is coming up for us for this week ahead, so that we can best prepare, so that we can really just, you know, flow as easily and smoothly as possible. Hey, so let's have a look at which archangels are going to be supporting us for this week. So we have, okay, I'm going to pull all the cards, and then I'm going to show you the cards, and then I'm going to put the cards back down because I'm going to draw a few. So I have Archangel Polemiac coming in, Archangel Haniel, and Archangel Zariel. On the bottom of the deck is Archangel Felier. Where's the camera? There's the camera. Can you see that? Archangel Felier is on the bottom of the deck. Archangel Felier is all about honouring animals, communicate with different species. Super interesting energy because I've got a couple of archangels that are specific to nature and to animal kingdom and things like that. So really fascinating here. We've got that gorgeous underlying, you know, that yellow energy. It can kind of be like that joy energy. You know, we've got a little lioness, a lion cub here with a rabbit and a squirrel. So there's a lot of that into collaboration, into communication, and you know, we can learn so much from the animal kingdom. But the first card that I have here is Archangel Polemiac, which is the Archangel of Nature. Okay, let nature soothe you. And look, he's holding here this gorgeous little seedling that has grown, that has blossomed, right? And the start of this week is going to be very much like that. It's like they're saying, you know, connect with the cyclical nature of this planet, connect with the elements, connect with the earth, because you're going to need to ground, really, I think is the message coming through here. I'm going to draw another card just for clarity. I think I'll do it this way. So let's draw a clarity card. I'm going to work with the unicorn cards here because I love them. Let's see here. So to clarify, we've got the rose gold cosmic pool. Ooh, wow, okay. So rose gold cosmic pool, this beautiful card. Once again, look at all the animals there. What's going on with the animals this week, you guys? Something's going on with the animals this week. Yeah, okay, I don't know what that's going to be about, but there might be something big happening with Animal Kingdom or the lives of animals or something like that. So that'll be an interesting one to kind of just look out for. But anyway, we have this rose gold cosmic pool. So that rose gold energy, that's like that divine feminine Christ light. You know, what was it on Thursday just gone, right? Mary Magdalene Day, that feminine Christ light. Those light codes coming in have just been phenomenal. Like really bathing us, opening our hearts, you know, catalyzing, triggering, bringing up the shadows to clear those shadows. That's been happening by the end of last week, right? We had the full moon then that kind of culminated it all, where this is getting recorded. And now we really need to ground, we need to earth. And, you know, there is so much wisdom that is wanting to drop into your crown, right? That is wanting to really just completely bathe and connect you with many things. And the thing is that like we don't nearly use the crown and the pineal gland and the brow chakra, you know, as to the potential that we can do. You know, when we connect that heart space with the higher chakras, that's where things like telepathy and, you know, telepathic communication, telekinesis, and, you know, aerokinesis, pyrokinesis, all those kinesises come into play here, especially when we start to connect with the you know, with the elements and with the other beings in the kingdoms, right? So we have here, you know, we've got a unicorn on this card, we've got an owl on this card, we've got a deer. That deer is all about grace, you know, bear, which is like protection, the dog, unconditional love, cat and the rabbit and the tiger. You know, don't be surprised as well if, you know, some of you that are on a higher initiatory path who are going through direct initiations right now with goddesses or ascended beings or things like that. Don't be surprised if, you know, there is some shape-shifting kind of element to those sacred journeys, right, that you take in dream time or that you take in awake time through, you know, soul journeying, right? You know, you may find as well that you'll be connecting with your animal totem, right, this week, your animal guide. There's certain qualities like the medicine of animals, animal medicine, magic of animals, right? Notice what animal it is for you that is coming up over and over and over again. There'll be one or two of them. I feel like by the start of this week, like tomorrow and Monday, there's going to be one or two animals that are just kind of popping up for you over and over again. I mean, obviously we are in this lion's gateway, so the lion is a big one, but for example, for me, there was, you know, there's a couple of different animals that have already made themselves very well known and offered their qualities, right? That's what animal medicine is. They offer their qualities and their inspiration to help us with whatever it is that we need help with at that time, and for everyone it's going to be different. So at the start of the week, we're really getting this grounded energy, and we're getting this kind of coming togetherness. So you're going to be feeling that more and more, and you know, it's going to be like coming together with different communities of different people that you haven't known, soul families, and to kind of like, I don't want to say tribes, but the word they're giving me is tribes, so I'm just going to say it. You know, and all this like inter-collaboration, right? Which is really cool, because that's how it should be, right, on this planet, is everyone working together, right? Because we all operate from that heart space, and when we do operate from the heart space, you know, really strong, beautiful connections get forged there, you know. The next card that we have, so moving into the middle of the week, we have Archangel Haniel coming in here. So let's see if I can just make that light a little better on the card. I don't know. Okay, maybe not. I said we'd have some lighting troubles today, but that's okay. Okay, Archangel Haniel, here we go. The Archangel of the Moon, right? And once again, that full moon energy, it's really going to be flowing through the whole week, you know. It doesn't just stop. Okay, my face is really bright now. It's good. It doesn't just stop, you know, on the day of the full moon. It carries on, you know. I'm just going to see if I can shift the exposure a bit. There we go. It follows on through the week, and whatever it is that you've been clearing, whatever it is that you've been releasing, that you've been integrating, it's gonna continue to flow through that week, right? You know, heightened gifts are going to be coming online for many people, and that's what the space that you've been clearing is, you know, is there for, is creating space for. Connect with animals such as dolphin as well, that dolphin magic. You know, the dolphins bring great joy. They bring you know, that music, that balance, that harmony. They're like the unicorns of the sea, aren't they? And really kind of tune into what your soul wants you to do, because this is the thing, is like we're moving away from this obligation, this obligatory this obligatory nature where we kind of do something because we feel like it's what's expected of us. We're taking back our power from other people and from expectations and that, and we're bringing it back to ourselves. We're bringing it back to you know, what we're here to do is this martyrdom timeline again, you know. And we're not here to martyr ourselves for our child or for our parent or for our colleague or a friend or, you know, anyone. We're not here to be that martyr, and it's really important that boundaries do get put in place. And it feels like that's going to be coming in a little bit here, because it's all about that soul satisfaction, this card here, you know, your inner happiness. So we're going to get a kind of a push about inner happiness this middle of the week. So, you know, sometimes we can experience contrast around that, and sometimes we don't. Where's the unicorn cards gone? Okay, there they are. Let's get a clarifier for Archangel Haniel here and see what she's wanting to share with us about this week. Yeah, look at that. Okay, cool. So 2 cards just fell off the deck as well. This is really super interesting. So I just pulled 1 card, but then 2 more cards fell off the top of the deck, so I'm going to read all 3 of them for the middle of the week. So Archangel Haniel was here. This is that moon energy. What is it you were wishing for clearing on around this full moon? What energy were you experiencing around the full moon this weekend? Because throughout the middle of the week, you know, it's gonna it's going to heighten. The energy is going to heighten, right? And then we've got cosmic rainbow coming in, right? That pot of gold at the end. Look at this guy on the unicorn here. You know, accept joy, right? That's what you need to do. So there is going to be contrast, I feel, by the middle of the week. You know, we're going to feel like things are getting a little bit heavy. You might see that in the weather as well. You know, you may see the weather reflect that. You know, it might be rainy and stuff like that for you middle of the week, but you know, we have to look you know, we have to look for that pot of gold. We have to recognize that, you know, without the rain we wouldn't have the rainbow, right? You know, so we've got to appreciate that. And what's really interesting is that, you know, the heaviness, the contrast that we may feel and may experience, and it's super interesting because in the background, you know, there's a kid kind of like crying out somewhere. I mean, they're okay. They're just kind of, you know, a bit of frustration energy I can hear coming out in someone over there, kind of emphasizing this message that's being brought across, because it may feel like there's a lot of that frustration energy, that you know, that kind of like wanting to move forward but getting a bit stuck. You might feel like that in the middle of the week. Now, the unicorns are also saying you got to create your vision. It's the contrast is coming up because the contrast that you've had in the past hasn't been enough to light a fire up your backside, really, to get you going, right? So it's, you know, anything that may come through in the middle of the week is going to be here to really say, hey, you've asked for more, your higher self wants more, your soul wants more, your heart wants more, but you're not taking it for yourself. So we're going to give you a little bit more contrast here. So you might find that in the middle of the week, but you know what, we've got this create your vision card coming in as well. So what makes your heart sing? What makes your heart sing? Okay, you know, you're being nudged forward, right? So you might even find that you will receive kind of either correspondence or kind of direct contrast. And when I use the word contrast, you know, it's just energetically a better word than what some people would necessarily use. But you know, you might get a letter or some trouble with someone that you're in a contract with, right? So that could be like a bank or an insurance policy. It's something that just kind of like, you know, just to throw a spanner in the works a little bit. Or it could be anything else. It could be to do with work, it could be to do with a family member. There is something that's going to feel a little bit more directed to you by the middle of the week, and it is literally to give you the opportunity to state your boundaries, because that's your masculine energy and saying, I want to protect you regardless of your gender. This has nothing to do with the physical gender of a person, but we have to set boundaries, because when the masculine is feeling like he can protect and provide for the feminine energy within us, and the feminine energy, she can create and she can flow and she can heal and she can do all that she needs to do, because she knows that the masculine is protecting her and he knows that she wants him to do that as well. So it's really interesting, because the contrast, it feels, is going to bring like a breakthrough in mind space and mental space, in clarity and enlightenment. We have this enlightenment card also coming through here, right? Look from the highest perspective and see the divine in everyone. So, you know, we're going to be given the opportunity, yes, to create boundaries right in the middle of the week. We're also going to be given the opportunity to take back our power, where we may have given it away or may have martyred ourselves, right, unknowingly to another person. Because once again, I'm going to say it again, we are here in this lifetime for our own personal expansion and growth, right? And if you are seeing unicorn a lot, then look up unicorn, right? Look up unicorn and see what the medicine of unicorn is, right? They're an ascended horse. They are enlightened in their third eye, right? Which is where that horn comes from. If their heart chakra is fully enlightened as well, they become Pegasus, right? But unicorns represent, you know, hope, joy, innocence, trust, many things. But by the end of the week, we then have Archangel Zariel coming in here, and this is give and receive love, obey the spiritual laws. Archangel Zariel is so prominent and present right now. Once again, we have those wolves that has been coming up a lot, the wolf energy, you know, the howling, the initiation. It's an initiatory week, right? It is an initiatory week. And what that means is, whenever there is karma to release and to balance and to ascend, we have a physical creation of that karma, of a situation that will either give us the opportunity to repeat the pattern that we have done forever and ever, or choose to breathe, calm, center, and respond differently. Respond in love. Respond from the middle of your heart. Connect to your heart and see only the light in the other person. See from a higher perspective. Take yourself out of the personal, you know, things aren't personal. right? This is the thing, is like, however someone speaks to you, it's not about you, it's about them, right? And I shared with you guys before, actually, I think it was in my Facebook group. It was in the private group rather than on the public page. But I shared with you the other day, you know, everyone will be going through this. Everyone's had this in some way, shape or form recently. And I had this recently with my sister and my nephews, right? And how she teaches them to think about me because of her prejudices, right? Or her feeling uncomfortable around someone who is in tune with their intuitive nature, right? Or who is clairvoyant or something like that. And you know, so it was really interesting. You'll have to jump into my Facebook group to actually see that video. But it was a really important lesson, right? And it was a really important point, and that will be showing up for many, many, many people, right? How people think of you or what they might say about you. It's not about you, it's always about them. And, you know, we don't need to retaliate and put that same energy back. What we need to do really is offer more love and more light to the dynamic, to the situation, to their inner child, which desperately needs that love, right? But Archangel Zariel coming in here, and yeah, that's brilliant, because he actually is all about those the laws of the universe as well, right? Giving and receiving love, and really understanding that, you know, really understanding the laws of the universe, and really understanding things like the law of attraction and repulsion, right? Because whatever you frequent at, whatever your vibration is, whatever your energy is, you're going to attract more of that. So if something happens that kind of pushes your buttons and your triggers, and we choose to respond to that and acknowledge it, right? Or react to it, I should say. If we choose to react to it, then what tends to happen is we then attract more of it. And then that energy comes towards us and brings a load of its friends, then we get more and more and more of that. When really we need to neutralize it, and we neutralize it by not giving it the attention that it wants, by completely surrounding it by light, by bringing in the lilac fire of source, the rainbow cosmic fire, you know, violet flame, one of those transmutational tools, right? Let's see what the unicorns have to say about the end of the week. So really, it feels like it's going to be quite an intense week, you guys. Oh gosh, and I think it will be. It is going to be like that for the next few weeks, because we're in Lion's Gateway, right? We're in Lion's Gateway with 5 planets in retrograde and an asteroid, and you know. But yeah, let's see here. We've got caring community, participate and belong, enrich your life. So the unicorns want to say, you know, it's time to just, you know, connect with one another. We forget that. That's a part of who we are as humans. We are pack animals, right? That Archangel Zariel was saying that we are pack animals. We're not made to isolate. We're not made to be on our own. We are made to socialize and connect with one another, and, you know, and laugh and joke and, you know, witness one another. And, you know, we're made to do all of that. And it's really important that we continue to do so, you know. We've actually got your personal unicorn coming in here as well. If you've not yet connected to a unicorn, right, to your unicorn, this might sound far-fetched for some people. I get that, I understand that. But, you know, what's there to fear, right? It's a unicorn. They're only ever happy and nice. So if you've not yet connected to your unicorn, open your heart to them. Diana Cooper has a really great meditation if you YouTube, sorry, Diana Cooper and unicorn. But yeah, it's time to connect with your unicorn, because they are really going to help with whatever is coming through, and they offer phenomenal healing, really quick, expedited healing. And not only that, but they are fantastic for personal relationships as well, bringing that trust and that innocence back into a dynamic, right? And actually bringing people together as well. So there's going to be a push for us to come together this week. That's what it feels like. There's going to be a push for us to come together. Yeah, look at that. Wow, okay, perfect. The freedom of truth. Right? So the energy has already been building around the globe for freedom. The full moon in Aquarius has done that. We've got another full moon in Aquarius after Lion's Gateway in a month. And that's not normal to have 2 full moons on trot in the same sign, and Aquarius is very much about freedom. In Australia, there were massive freedom protests today and yesterday, and they literally broke all the police barriers, right? You know, in the UK, every single weekend, like protests and walks and connecting with one another, and, you know, seeing through the veils that of illusion that have been placed upon us for millennia. You know, that is coming through, and it's time that we connect with one another. And, you know, there are always going to be differences between you and another person, a different perspective, but that's what makes us all unique, right? When we choose to see the light in the other person, we actually recognize that they are us and we are them, and we are all one, and we're all God, right? Because we are. Anyone that says otherwise is, you know, missing the point. But it's time to communicate who you are. Feel safe to share who you are. Feel safe to be in your power. Feel safe to find that for yourself as well. So many people don't know who they are. And we're never going to learn just like that and just go, who am I today? You know, actually that's a pretty good way of doing it. Just wake up, look yourself in the mirror and go, who am I today? What am I feeling today? How am I expressing myself today? Show up as you are, who you are. You know, communicate honestly. When you set that intention as well with your guides and with your team of light, that you want to communicate honestly, that you want to be on your highest timeline, then you get that extra energetical push. You start to feel and you start to be able to discern when, you know, when something that you're saying isn't actually in alignment. Like, have you ever had that moment where you've said something and you kind of stopping yourself as you're saying it, but you still say it anyway, even though it feels slightly kind of like, not that you shouldn't be saying it, but it's just kind of like there's like a little block somewhere with it coming out. You know, that might actually be your guide saying, hold on, do you actually believe this before you say it? Do you know what I mean? So really interesting energy coming in, guys. We've got this integration happening right now. You know, we've got all this beautiful rose gold light coming in at the start of the week. You know, a lot of that divine feminine energy. Please, please, please get outside, connect with nature, connect with one another, right? Laugh, roll around on the floor if you have to, do handstands and cartwheels and just like be silly. Connect with that inner child within you. Connect with the animals. They know what's what, you know. They know what's what, especially like if you connect with like dogs and birds and things like that. You know, the birds, they soar really, really high and they just have that inspiration, that beauty, that lightness and grace about them. Dogs have that unconditional love, that inner child, that playfulness, you know. Just notice how they are, how they work together, how they, you know, flow with the energy that is around, you know. They don't do anything out of obligation to someone else or something else, you know. Then we have this wave of emotion that might be hitting us in the middle of the week, right? And that might show up in a few different ways, right? You know, probably around Tuesday, Wednesday. That might show up in a few different ways, but allow it to flow, right? You don't want to suppress the emotions so that we ignore them and then it becomes something physical to deal with. You want to just allow yourself to witness the emotions as they come up. Express it healthfully. Right, so that means we're not directing it at a partner or a child. My inner lioness got very fiery the other day when a family member of mine was expressing something to my nephew, but at my nephew, and I was like, we don't say things like that to children. You know, and have you ever had one of those moments where, you know, where we say things and we don't really realise the repercussion of it or what the other person might hear, especially if they're a child, you know? So it's time to really see the rainbow through the clouds, right? The rainbow is coming, but it has to rain for that to happen, and that's really beautiful. We need that light. And then you get to create, you know, your vision from that contrast. You get to know more what it is that you want and take aligned action to get there. If you are feeling confused, if you're feeling foggy, if you're feeling anything like that going on, you know, feel very welcome to book in with an angelic guidance session. I have recorded sessions available, which are super easy and economical for you if you just have something that you want a bit of extra guidance on. Or we have live sessions, 30 minutes and an hour, you know, both available. Quantum healing sessions. We go into your Akashic records, clear so much karma, really incredible healing processes, and very, very amazing, really. But yeah, feel very welcome to reach out if any of those resonate with you. My website should be up and running by the end of this weekend, so feel free to check out any of those services on there, which will be www.aliceheath.com. But have a beautiful week. Enjoy the rest of this full moon. Be kind to yourself, be graceful with yourself, flow with the emotion and flow with the energy. Don't try and resist it, because otherwise it'll just feel harder. And if you need to cry, cry. Like I said at the start of the video, personally for me, whenever it's a full moon, I do a water fast anyway. So because the water will help us kind of navigate that energy, right? So the more that you drink clear, clean fluids like water and, you know, lemon water or things like that, the more easier you're able to navigate, because your body isn't fighting to digest whatever it is that you've eaten that may be difficult to digest, right? Such as gluten, animals, dairy and sugars, and refined sugar. But that's another topic. Okay, so I'm going to send you all so much love. Hello beautiful souls that are joining right now. You're going to have to watch this from the start. But I send you all so much love. Have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Enjoy the energies that are coming through. Learn to dance in the rain, you guys. I mean, what else can we say here? Learn to dance in the rain and you'll have a blooming great show. Okay, lots of love. Bye for now.